Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. And those who are new here, my name is Lauren. Welcome to Ocean Essence. And today I'm prepping my hair for some knotless braids. My hair is in mini twists. They're about roughly 2 weeks old, but gotta get those braids in for an event I'm going to. So stay tuned. I have to wash and then prep and then right into braids. Typically, I would go in with my aloe vera or my leave-in conditioner or conditioner to help with the takedown. So the protein treatment I'm using is Nasara Organic Protein Treatment. The instruction says, do not rinse hair to apply. Apply only to unwashed hair. We'll be applying the protein treatment and then I'm going to leave it for a minimum of 45 minutes to an hour. You can leave it longer, and I might leave it longer depending on how it's looking. So let's get started. So the first two rows in the middle is what's braided. Everything else is just a two-strand twist, so it should be a lot easier to remove those. So I'm kind of happy now that I actually did the two-strand twist instead of braiding the roots of all the hair. So there it is. So I'm not gonna separate the strands or anything like that because I refuse to detangle on dry hair. So I'm gonna go in and just undo the twist and leave them just like that. See, just taking down the two-strand twist, which should be super easy. So, just like that. Okay, so this is it. So my hair still feels very moisturized, and you can still see the shine. You can still see it. Go up close. You can see there is still a shine. It's definitely moisture was locked in. So I do the LCO method, meaning liquid, oil, then cream. Or you can do liquid, cream, then oil, just to lock in all that moisture. But liquid is very important. And the sealant, which is the oil, very important also. And I've been doing that on my hair growth journey to tailbone length. I will be getting that tailbone length. So I need to do everything I need necessary to make sure I'm retaining all that length. And one of those things that's important to do is protein treatment. I do it once a month. And again, I'll be using the Nasara Organic Protein Treatment. So once you open it, you have to refrigerate it. First, I'm going to section in 4. And then my gloves. I've been starting my natural hair journey since pandemic, so 2019 about. But one thing I wasn't doing is protein treatment. So my hair, though it did grow up to about bra length, I can insert one of the pictures here. It did not do too great. After a while, I realized that the length was pretty stunted. So for like 2 years, and it just stayed there. I was always losing a lot of hair, and the shedding was a nightmare. And like, I know you shed hair naturally every month, but detangling shedding, but then there is just breakage also. And that went on for a while due to being in school and working and my schedule being so crazy. So I lost a lot of hair in the process. And though the length was there, it wasn't healthy length. So now my goal is to make sure not only am I prioritizing the health of my hair, length is not as a big of a priority as the health of my hair and my scalp and my strands. And then once I take care of all of that, then the length will come. So health over length is what I'm doing now. And then I realized protein treatment was missing from all of the things that I was doing. So I did some research and I found this one through recommendations. And I've checked out the reviews, as much reviews as I can. And I wanted to try this versus other protein treatments that are out there. Because once I realized that protein treatment was the issue that I wasn't doing to strengthen my hair and keeping the health of the strands, I decided I would make sure I do at least once a month to not only get rid of the dryness, but also put back some health in my strands. And then I did a big chop, so about shoulder length. I can insert that picture, and that was a few months ago. So now I want to make sure that I'm not only applying protein treatment, but I'm also taking care of my hair. And taking care of your hair, as everyone know, it is a task, an investment, and takes a lot of patience, because everything you do takes consistency and it takes time, and you have to make sure you're putting the time in to see the results down the road. And I'm making my own oils to apply to my hair, because there's so many oils out there, but I want to make sure I have one that gears to what I want to do, which is the health and nourishment of my scalp. So stay tuned for that. I'll let you guys know like what I'll be doing, what I'm putting in my hair. But for now, it's in the trial stage, just so you guys can see like the benefits of the oil I'm using. And if you haven't noticed from my other videos that I apply oil during my pre-poof process and in my deep conditioning process and my refreshing of my twists, all to make sure that my strands are in good health. This thing can be messy, so I highly recommend wearing a towel around your neck. I did not, and it's a little too late now because my hands are a bit messy. So we'll just change the shirt once I'm done. From all my braiding experiences, I did not take into consideration my edges, and I did it too tight and it broke off. So now, and I try not to apply too much edge control to make sure it's not being hindered in the regrowing process. Shower cap. Just kind of plastic cap. If you don't have a plastic cap, get a plastic bag. Just cover your hair with it. Let it sit. Also, it is going to drip, so make sure it's tightly sealed. So if it does drip, it can just be caught in the bag, or you can put some tissue around it. I just might do that, or just put it around my neck in case it wants to drip. Okay, so that's it. I'll be back in an hour. Okay, so it's been about an hour and a half, and time to take it down. So I had a napkin because it was leaking in the back. I'm gonna wash this out, so wash it out thoroughly. Then I'm gonna go in with my Curlsmith moisture cleanser. So it's a gentle moisturizing shampoo. That's gentle. It's going to be moisturizing, adding back moisture into the hair after all that protein treatment. Then I'm going to go in with their moisturizing conditioner as well. So this is how it looks after wash out the protein treatment. So I usually prefer to wash my hair in twists. If you're not going to do in twist, you want to keep it elongated and just massage that way. And that's what I'll be doing today. According to the bottle's instructions, you want to shampoo 3 times. I normally shampoo 3 times anyway, but just letting you guys know. Some people do 2, some do 1, but if you rinse it thoroughly to get the products out that was there before, then 2 should be fine. But if you feel like there's still products in your hair, obviously do a brush. This massaging does promote blood circulation, and then blood circulation will help with the growth of your follicles. And then thus including longer strands. Once you get longer strands, you want to make sure you are taking care of them so they don't break. Extend and then massage so you're not adding more tangle back into the hair. So now that I've washed my hair, I'm gonna go in with the conditioner from Curlsmith. I also have my warm water. So after I do this, then I'm gonna go in with a deep conditioner and let that sit under a steam cap for about 15-30 minutes. Start in small sections, not large sections. Finger detangle, but actually I'll do just a few passes with my fingers. Second half, this much which is a lot less than the first half, if you can see the difference. So this is not that bad. So the last step would be a hair mask I got from TGIN, Honey Miracle Hair Mask. I'm going to be leaving this in my hair for about 15 minutes with a steam cap. So just going in, making sure everything got it. Just detangled, so I'm not going to detangle again. Just running my fingers through to make sure all the strands got a good amount. And then once I do this, then I'm going to go in with the hair oil just to lock in some of that moisture. And then, of course, the ends of my hair. Firm believer of oils and using it to retain length. Just want to make sure I get all of the hair masks because these things don't last that long. Like 2 uses, maybe 3 max, depending on the length of your hair. And if you have really long hair, probably just 1 use. And I want to make sure I get all my money's worth. So, getting everything that's on my hands. I'm going through. Once you do that, then the oil. And then, of course, the ends. That's the first thing where split ends come from. The ends, and then they work their way up. So I just want to make sure the ends has moisture. And twist the remaining. Okay, so I am all done with my hair mask. I'm going to go in with a plastic bag. So I ran out of shower caps, so I just went for the next thing. Any plastic bag is fine. Just a look. So any kind of plastic bag is okay. So I got one from the supermarket. And then so it's in there. All here is tucked in. Then for the steam cap. So I'm gonna keep this on for 15 minutes. And then that'll be the last of everything. Okay, so it's the next day. I had blow dried my hair last night, but I wanted to leave it overnight just to make sure that the hair was fully dried before I went in with braids. But yes, so I blow dried it. And when you're blow drying, especially if you're trying to retain length, you want to use a heat protectant. So I used a heat protectant and not too much. So this is my hair all blown out. Had it in 4 twists last night. So now I'm going to start my knotless braids for this event I have to go to this weekend. And that's it. So thank you very much for watching. Stay tuned for more content, more videos. Like, comment, and subscribe. And come and join me on my tailbone length journey.